Now, continuing on with the new pumpkin body. First thing first, I'm going to take the rear panel off and we're going to talk about trying to do a new fold badge for it. So I'm going to try something new and show how I do things with this. Now on the laptop I've got Cura opened and I've set the settings to 50% infill density because it will be solid anyway, that don't really matter. No support, no adhesion, so we're going to take a chance and hopefully we can get it to adhere nicely, because if you use adhesion you've got to try and cut all that off round a delicate item to get what you want. So this is the Ford logo I found. If we close that down, we don't need that. See, it's quite not the shape we want. And if you click on here, or click on it to highlight, and go on this one, which is scale, it shows the X, Y and Z size. So it's 76mm, 0.5, 35.5 by 10. Well, you go on the Y axis, which is the depth, because whatever length here doesn't matter. So we'll have a look and we see it's about 35. So we want it roughly, we go big, about 25 we'll try. So it's going to be a nice big badge, hopefully. So what you do is leave it on uniform scaling for now and put in 70%. 24.9, so we got our 25mm that way and it's 53 that way, so say 54, which is that much, so it's going to be that big, so that's about that. So that is spot on, I'd say, for what I want. Now you're going to say it's too thick, and this is the problem. So what you do is you turn off uniform scaling and you change the Z, which is depth. So we'll change that to, let's try 8%. That's made it 0.8, so we'll have it a millimetre. So if we make it 10, that should give us 1mm thick. So we'll slice that, and it says 5 minutes to print. So we'll save that to the removable drive and eject it. So that's ready to go. So now we've finished with that part, let's get the printer on and I'll see if I can set it up to film this. I'll still speed it up, but it's something a bit different. Here we are, we're almost at temperature, so let's set the printer off. There we go, Model T style Ford. Let's see what it looks like once I've got it off the base plate. here we are, we got the completed nice fold badge. It's really come out crisp. It's not too thick, so it's about the same depth as the bars on the back of the rear panel. So now the next point is we've got to try and get it sort of straight and central, and then plasti weld it on. That's all I'm going to use. So get a bit of tape ready and get a ruler. And just keep measuring until you've got it roughly central. Which is about there. That's from that sort of point there to there. So now we know we've got the centre roughly. Now we've got to roughly work out top to bottom now. Might be easier with the calipers. Hope this is showing up. Yeah, we've got a depth with the caliper. So now I'm going to lock the caliper off and say that's my, moved it, typical. Yeah, it's a rough position. So what I'm going to do is get the plasti weld opened, and with the weld just tack a small area so I can roughly manoeuvre it if I have to. But what I will do is I will go to more than one point below first and try and keep it straight. Needs a fraction less, just a slight adjustment. Be careful because it does flex a bit, this. And this part you want to spend a bit of time on. Hopefully that's straight, or near enough. And I'm going to dab in the middle of the D. And push down for a sec. That would stick it, and it's moved, typical. Doing things like this can be really soul destroying sometimes. That's near enough. So I've slightly bent it, but now we're going to go to the O. And push there. So we can take the tape off now because we don't need that. And there it is positioned. So all I've got to do now is go round it and just keep going round, just go round the edge to make sure it is fully adhered. There we go. I've been all the way around with the plasti weld and that is good to go. The fold is on there and I hope you like it. It's a nice big bold Model T fold. Hopefully it hasn't moved anymore. because this is always the problem, is things moving. But no, it seems pretty good. And if I've got it right, it should be central. Yep, it's central. So I'm really pleased, taking my time, and I've got something that looks completely different. You know, you can print the standard more rounded fold lettering, but I found this one designed from a Model T fold. So this is the classic written fold design, and that's what I've gone for. So once this is all painted up, I don't know whether I'll highlight it or not. It's what I fancy at the time, but that's literally completes the rear panel. That's all I'm going to do to it. That's ready for paint. So now the complex part is designing the front grille part. That will take me a few days, because it's going to take some working out, because I've got to work with the shape of the panel and try and make a panel into it and then build off it. So it's going to be like designing a plate to fit and then trying to make mounts so it screws on to the original, and then I can build from the other side in CAD, and that's how it works.